Hello everyone, today we are going to do chapter 2 Geography class 7th Inside Our Earth. So let's start. The Earth, our homeland, is a dynamic planet. So Earth is our homeland and it's a dynamic planet means it goes under changes. It happens changes in the earth. It do not stay same at the every moment. It has changes. It is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. Inside also it's having changes and outside also. Have you ever wondered what lies in the interior of the earth? So have you ever think about the earth, what it is inside the earth, what it is interior of the earth? So today we will be studying this and what earth is made up of. So, interior of the earth. Just like an onion, the earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. So, as we know, where if we take an example of an onion, it is having many layers. At the same way, earth is also made up of many several layers which are one inside the another. If we see figure 2.1, first layer is crust, then mantle, and then the core. So we will study now. The uppermost layer over the earth's surface is called the crust. So this orange layer on this earth is known as the crust. This is known as the crust. This is the uppermost layer of the earth's surface and is called crust, and it is the thinnest of all the layers. There are three layers. This orange one is known as crust, then yellow is mantle, and then it is core. So the crust is the thinnest layers of the all, and it is about 35 kilometer long on the continental mass. Means where it is land, it is 35 kilometer down till the earth, and where it is ocean, where there are oceans or water bodies, it is only 5 kilometer down to the earth. So means this layer is only 5 kilometer down till the mantle, and then it starts the mantle. Now the main mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina. So when it is constituents means land part, we can see in this diagram, this is continent. So continental crust, it is 35 kilometer long, and if we talk about ocean, then oceanic crust is only 5 kilometer long. And what it is in this continental crust, it is found that silica and alumina is founded in this crust, and it is also called as Sial. How it is known as Sial? Si, silica's first two alphabets Si and alumina first two alphabets Al form the word Sial. The oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. So what it is found in oceanic crust means the crust which is down the oceans. So it is found that silica and magnesium is found there, and it therefore it is called as Sima. As it was known as Sial, it is known as Sima. Si means the two alphabets of silica, and Ma, the two alphabets of magnesiums, form the word Sima. Now silica is the common. It is found in both continental crust and oceanic crust. Just beneath the crust is the mantle, which extends up to a depth of 2,900 km. Just down the crust, we can see it comes the mantle just below the crust, and it is up to a depth, means it is 2,900 kilometer down. It is 2,900 kilometer long below the crust. It is below the crust. Now the innermost layer is the core with a radius of about 3,500 kilometer. The innermost, we can see in this, the innermost is the core, and it is about 3,500 500 kilometer. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron and is called knife. With which material it is made up of? It is made up of nickel and iron. How it and is called knife? It is known as knife. Nickel, first two alphabets Ni, and iron. Iron is known as ferrous, so Fe, ferrous, so it is known as knife. So core is made up of nickel and iron called as knife. Now the central core has very high temperature and pressure. The center of the core has a very high temperature. It is very hot and pressure is there inside it. If we think why do we don't live in the core, or we don't live inside the earth, the main reason behind it is a high pressure, no air will be there and we will die. We will not able to live there, survive there. Now, rocks and minerals. The Earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. Now, what is Earth crust made up of? It is made up of various types of rocks. Rocks means, in Hindi, it means pathar. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is called a rock. What is rock? Any mass, any natural mass, natural thing or mineral, any natural mass or mineral that is making the crust, the earth's crust, is known as a rock. And rock can be different color, rock can be of different color, size and texture. As we see, there is not a definite shape, no size, no texture, no color of a rock. Rock can be pink, rock can be red, rock can be white. So there are three major types of rocks. There is not one rock. There are three major types of rocks, that are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Now we will be studying more about how we get it and why they are called. Now, when the molten magma cools, it becomes solid. Rocks thus formed are called igneous rocks. So what is magma? Volcanoes. When some hot thing come out through that volcanoes, it is known as molten magma. And when it come on the earth's surface and cool down, it becomes solid. It cools. It comes from two heat inside the earth and it cools down in this weather and it becomes solid. And rocks formed rocks formed like this are known as igneous rocks. They are also called primary rocks. Then igneous rocks are also known as primary rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks, means there is not any one type. There are two types of igneous rocks, intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. Now we will be studying about intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. Can you imagine lava coming out from the volcanoes? Yes, we will, if we will see it, so we may die if we will be standing there, but we can see them through internet sources, pictures and many more things. Lava is actually fiery red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. Now what is lava? What is lava? It is coming from the interior of the earth, means inside of the earth. On its surface, from inside of the earth, it is coming on the surface of the earth, means upper part of the earth. It is coming from interior. And what it is fiery. It's like fire, red color fire. Molten magma is coming out from the interior. Any red color fire coming from the inside of the earth is known as lava, molten magma. Now when this molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. So when this molten lava or this molten magma comes on the earth's surface, when it comes on the earth's surface from inside of the earth, it just cool down and becomes solid. Now rocks formed, when the rocks are formed in such a way on the crust, means on the upper surface of the earth, so then it is known as extrusive igneous rocks. Now they are very fine in shape, they have very nice shape, they are grain structure, they do not have bad shapes, they are nice, they are fine grain structure. Now, if we take an example of extrusive igneous rocks, there is the example basalt. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rocks. You would be knowing that it's a Deccan Plateau and it is made up of basalt rocks. Now, sometimes what happens, the molten magma means the magma or lava that cools down inside the earth only, inside the earth's crust only, and solid rocks are formed inside the earth, and then it is known as intrusive igneous rocks. So what we get to know the difference, what is the difference between extrusive rocks are become rocks after coming on the earth's surface, and intrusive igneous rocks just form hard, or they become rocks inside the earth only, and they cool down slowly. They cool down and become large grains. They become large grains. And if we take an example of intrusive igneous rock, it is an example granite. Grinding stones used to prepare. What is granite? Granite, if you have seen our moms or at shops, when it make paste or powder of spices like pepper, spices, and the grains are made. So when chutney is made, when they are making the paste or powder of these things, so then the granite stone is used. Now, rocks roll down, crack, and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments. We cannot say that rocks stay in a place. It do not broke. It broke also. It roll and go from one place to another. It cracks. Sometimes it cracks. It hit each others, and it get broken into small fragments, means into small particles. Now what happened to these smaller particles? These smaller particles, what are these smaller particles which these rocks are broken? These smaller particles are called sediments, and these sediments then are transported means when wind blows very much, and through water, etc. things, they are transported at different places. Now these loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layer of rocks. What happens? These loose sediments or small particles are compressed, means they are compressed means they are hardened. They are, due to the heat, they get hard and form layer of rocks. They get compressed and hardened and they form layers of rocks, and these type of rocks are known as sedimentary rocks. Like when small particles are compressed and hardened, first transported and compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks, then these sedimentary rocks are formed. Now, for example, sandstone is made from grains of sand. How sandstone is made? It is made from grains of sand. Now, these rocks may also contain fossils of plants. What these rocks contain? It contains the fossils of plants, means the old animals like dinosaurs, rhinoceros, their foot. Also, sometimes we get to know that we have got behind things. So sometimes it happens that we get fossils of plants, animals, or other microorganisms on the rock. Now, igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rocks under great heat and pressure. Now, this is a picture. So, igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks can also change into metamorphic rock. How to change into metamorphic rock? Under great heat. When it is much heat and pressure on them, then it form as metamorphic rocks. If we take an example, clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. If we take a clay and we do not use it for some time, or if we keep it into sunlight for some time, it becomes too hard and forms slate, and limestone also happens the same. It converts into marble. Now rocks are very useful to us. Rocks are very useful to us. They are used for many things. We use for making roads, houses, buildings. We use rocks everywhere, and they are very, very, very important. There are some stone games also. We earlier there were many these toys were not there, so many people were only playing these stone games. Nowadays they are not severally played, but there are games that are played with these stones. That examples are pit 2, hopscotch, tapu kit, 5 stones, gitti, etc, etc. We can find out more games by asking grandfather, parents, neighborhoods, etc. Now, what is Red Fort made up of? It is made up of red sandstone. These two things are very important to learn, that the Red Fort is made up of red stone and Taj Mahal is made up of white marble. Now, you will be surprised to know that one type of rock changes to another type under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. So, when we take the example of igneous or sedimentary rock, how they convert into metamorphic rock in a cyclic manner. When one type of rock converts into another, changes into another rock, then they are changed in a cyclic manner. This process of transformation of the rock from one another is known as the rock cycle. What is rock cycle? Transformation of the rock means, if we take an example of igneous rock changes into metamorphic rock in rock cycle. There is a cycle for changing. You have already learned when the molten magma cools. We have learned that when the molten magma cools, the magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rock. It becomes solid and become igneous rock. Then these igneous rocks are broken. Then these are broken means they are broken into sediments or small particles, and then they are transported, means they are taken to one place to another, they are deposited, then layers of rocks form, and then they are known as sedimentary rock. And when igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. Means when igneous and sedimentary rocks are kept in such a pressure and heat, then they change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat, when we keep the metamorphic rock in very much heat and pressure, so what happen? They melt down. They again melt down, and then the magma forms. Metamorphic rock also forms the magma. Magma is, now what we get to know, magma makes igneous rocks, then igneous makes sediments, then sediments make sedimentary rocks, sedimentary rocks make metamorphic rocks, metamorphic rock make magma. And sometimes this happens that magma make igneous rock, igneous make metamorphic. So it is a big cycle. Anything can make anything. Igneous can also make magma, sedimentary rock can also make magma if they are kept in very high pressure. Now, rocks are made up of different minerals. What are rocks made up of? They are made up of different minerals. What are minerals? They are naturally occurring substances. They are occurring naturally. We do not make them, and we do not need any seed to plant them. They are coming naturally in a certain physical property and definite chemical composition. So minerals are very naturally occurring substances. If we take an example, minerals are also used as fuels. And what is mineral? Mineral is very important to humankind. Without minerals, our life will just become, means no transport things will be available, as fuels will not be there. If minerals are there, that is why there are cars use fuels, and that is why cars are running. So now we get to know that fuels are also minerals. Coal, natural gas, petroleum, they all are minerals, and they are also used in industries. Minerals are also used in industries like iron, aluminium, gold, uranium, etc. in medicine, in fertilizers, etc. So minerals are used in very much ways. They are naturally occurring substances. We do not make them, and they are natural, and they have certain physical properties, and they have definite chemical composition, means they are natural. And minerals are very much important to humankind, or humans, or us, everyone. Like jewelry, industries, cars, vehicles need minerals to work. In the next video, friends, I will be bringing exercises of this chapter. I hope you like the explanation. Please like, subscribe and comment to my channel. Bye.